Yo, good morning, folks. Sorry to start the stream up in about 5 minutes. I have lots to do today. It's gonna be a work day for me today. So we're gonna play some Komorebi in the morning here. Let's get going, eh? How ya doing, Snowy and Fang and Fuki? Good morning to you. What a day it's gonna be. So we're going to play a small amount of Komorebi this morning. And then tomorrow, I am not going to stream, but then on Thursday we'll be streaming around noon. And hopefully get through the story. So, noon stream Thursday. We'll play as much as we can. Friday and Saturday we'll have 2 more 10 a.m. streams. It's 4 p.m. for you. Whew. You're way in the future, Snowy. What's it like in the future? Let's load up. We are dealing with grief at the moment, as 2 of the zeros had passed away. But now we're in a hotel room with Isaac. Isaac leads us all to the hotel room, and the view astounds me. This is the convention. I believe the anime convention. You know, it's curious about this world of Komorebi, because there's no furry convention in this world, right? Because everybody's already an anthropomorphic animal. So, would there be a human convention? I don't know. Hello, NSM, good morning to you. Hello, Brandy, good evening to you. Or good afternoon, as it were. Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui? Let's see. So, let's continue on. I know that the text is hidden behind me. I usually kind of prefer the full screen gaming experience as opposed to putting it inside of a box and making it harder to see the content, but anyway, Isaac leads us all to the room. The view astounds me. I can see almost all of Toronto. It's truly breathtaking. This is my first time seeing it like this. Too bad the circumstances weren't a little better. We all scatter about the room, checking out the amenities.
Only one bed? Couldn't you get a bigger room?
Let's all share the bed.
Why? You don't want to share? With 5 other people?
Atlas! Hey, dude, thank you for the raid. How's your stream this morning, Atlas? Good to see you. Guys, go give Atlas a follow. Atlas works very hard with us, and they have some really awesome skills, and they've assisted a lot of different communities, and they're one of my longtime moderators. And they were playing some Phasmophobia. God, I haven't played that game in eons. Maybe you should play it during this Halloween or something like that. Who knows? How was your stream, Atlas? Did you have fun? Stream some Phasmo. Almost got every guess correct. Oh, nice. You are a bit of a sleuth, aren't you? But anyway, here. Why am I not following you yet? Holy shit. I'm gonna follow you. There you go. Yeah, go give Atlas a follow, guys. They are just the best. And we are playing Komorebi today, which is a game made by Clace. If you guys want to go check it out, exclamation point Komorebi at any time in the channel. It is also available on Steam. And thanks to Ellis posting the link to Clace's Twitter. Please go follow Clace on Twitter. Oh no, oh no, here come the aliens. Ah! Oh my goodness. Dare we share a bed with 5 other people? Probably not a good idea.
Something tells me it wouldn't be the first time.
Really, what?
That's not fair.
He admits it! He admits it! Taylor admits it! Sharing a bed with 5 other people! And now I shall enjoy a pizza made an hour ago when I started streaming and completely forgot about LL. It wasn't aliens that kidnapped you, it was Argus. No! Fuck Argus.
So, what exactly did you want to explain, Isaac?
I have some insider info. There's a lot of talk within Argus right now.
A lot of talk. I think Argus is... Their foundation is crumbling. The pressure is on.
I'm not surprised, given what's happened. They kind of dropped the ball on this one. Big time.
They dropped the wrecking ball.
A lot of people are quitting in order to help the Zeros. Apparently, they're starting to breach other cities as well.
More power to them.
Isn't breach a harsh term?
What Well, maybe he's got a point.
Well, it's just what Argus said in their communication.
So they still see us as a threat then?
That might be in your favor.
It's all professional lingo. I wouldn't take it to heart. There's something way more important.
And that is?
The leader of Argus is coming out to play.
Ooh, things are getting spicy. You know, it's interesting to see Isaac and Clay's up on the screen there. Voiced by the amazing Sean Chiplock and Casey Mangelo, both of whom I was watching last night, and they were just a treat. Just out of fairness, guys, first of all, please go follow Sonic Mega on Twitch. He is the voice actor for Isaac, and go follow Casey Mangelo as well. He is on Twitch as well and playing Tower Fantasy. So go check those two out. Amazing people, wonderful individuals. I love them all the best. And thank you for the shout out command as well. I wish the shout out command didn't have such a long cooldown, but once that's done, feel free to do it for Casey as well.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Yes.
In the town square on Hermes Day. I guess they want to be present for the revolution.
Now, remember that words like Cypher and Hermes Day were in red until Argus was revealed to be a very questionable corporation, and Argus went from being blue to red. So, interesting.
And Hermes can still pull this off, right in front of the enemy?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Security will be over the top.
Oh, it definitely will be. In the town square, at least. But I don't think that's where Cypher is planning to act.
Oh my goodness. Guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is Justin. I'm a variety entertainment streamer. Today we're playing Komorebi, designed by Clace. I am having lots of fun with this. We're going to do this for a couple hours this morning. And if you guys want to check out the game yourself, !Komorebi at any time in channel.
You mean it's just a distraction?
I can't say.
You can't say.
How long have you known this exactly?
Ow! The ghost, oh my god. What's up, dude? Good to see you. I'm still waiting for the caffeine to kick in.
Just a few days. Everyone in Argus was notified.
Oh boy. Oh, thanks, Vagoost. That must have been what my counselor was so shocked about. He definitely received an important phone call that day.
So, I guess everything is lined up then. Survive for just a few more days and it's all over.
If you stick by my side, it'll be easy.
You keep saying that, but it certainly doesn't help my paranoia.
Well, the paranoia is actually kind of founded. Isaac rubs the back of his head, clearly nervous.
Well, this is where I have to come clean. There's, something I've been hiding from all of you.
Oh, we've been aware of what you've been hiding, Isaac.
Really?
See?
Yeah, and I'm not really proud of it. But we're at the finish line, so I have to come clean.
Really? Thank you for the air horn for 1,000 bits, Vagoost. You're heckin' awesome. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a wake-up call. I probably don't need the caffeine anymore. Yes, and guys, go give a follow to Casey Mangelo as well. Appreciate it. Aslan and Zed, hello and welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How's it going? I hope you're having a fun time. We are playing this wonderful game of Komorebi. Welcome to the Lion's Den. Thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoy your day. And sorry about the air horn. Vagoost loves to do this and absolutely throw a bunch of bits in my face every chance they get. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's get going here. And what does Isaac have to reveal about himself? What?
I work for Cypher.
Oh, this actually comes as no surprise to me at all. And everybody's like, what? Oh my goodness. Popping in on the way to bed, but you're getting to some really good stuff. Yeah, as we've just discovered. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
We know.
They know.
Wait, what?
How did they figure this out?
I figured it was obvious from the start.
Wait a minute.
I just thought it was one of those things we weren't talking about.
Oh! Like peeling back the layers of an onion.
Who else would have helped me like you did?
Seriously? Even you, Delta?
I'd be lying if I said I was surprised. And in some ways, I'm really not. He scoffs.
I had a big reveal planned and everything. You're really gonna take this away from me?
Well, we're not taking it away from you. You suck at keeping secrets, so it's your fault.
Oh my goodness. Vakus, thank you again for the 50 biddies. I appreciate it. This is getting saucy, isn't it, chat? Oh my goodness.
How did you know?
Well, nobody in the world knows who Hermes is, but you keep talking about them like you know them.
Oh, yes. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Can we get some hypes in chat for Vakus reaching the 100,000 bits badge? Thank you so much for your immense level of support. That is a huge milestone, dude. Guys, get hypes in chat. Get hyperclaps. Get everything in chat for Vakus for cheering us on for over 100,000 bits. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. Vakus, I really do love you and appreciate you, and I absolutely admire and adore your ongoing generosity to what I do on this stream. So thank you very much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If I could give you yet another VIP badge, I would. Thank you. Guys, Vakus becomes an honorary PogChamp today. He is our honorary PogChamp today. Thank you. Here, give me just a second, chat. From the bottom of my heart, to everybody who supports this channel and everything that I do. We've crossed over 5,400 followers, and Vakus at over 100,000 bits. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. It helps me more than you know. Let's move on with the story. Vakus, feel free to sit in that royal throne today.
Using words like his and stuff like that, you definitely know more than you've let on.
Then there's all those nights you worked late and those sales you kept quote-unquote losing to illegal modders.
Wait, they pieced it all together, didn't they?
All right. I believe you. Please stop rubbing in my mistakes.
You work for Argus, but you also work for Cypher. I knew there was a mole in this game. And that makes me love Isaac even more.
It's kind of fun to hear, though.
I can delete your identity.
Please don't.
And I'm shutting up.
He laughs, and the atmosphere in the room immediately relaxes.
So, now you know why I've kept saying it. You're safe by my side, because my safety is essential.
Ooh.
Essential how?
It's not just coincidence that my interview is on the 5th.
When everyone's eyes will be on the town square.
Things are getting saucier and saucier, chat.
You mean the distraction?
Oh, boy.
I can't say any more than that. Just trust me. Please.
Okay. It's behind the scenes, and we're behind locked doors.
Stick by my side, and you'll be safe. If you stray away right now, things could go south.
Oh, Isaac has... Oh... I'm kind of sensing on where this is going, but at the same time, I'm still deep in the unknown, surrounded in darkness, and only a light of hope guiding my path. Oh my goodness, Chad, this game gets more and more interesting as it progresses. Holy shit, Clace, I love you. Good morning, Lion Father Lal. I hope you're having a good morning. So far, so good. Waiting for the caffeine to kick in. I only missed the first 15 minutes of the stream, and I already missed out on everything. So we've found out that Isaac works for Cypher, but also is in the higher ranks of Argus, and that makes him both a huge ally and an extreme threat to Argus. I can only assume that if Isaac's plans are discovered, that things could go awry, like horribly awry. It could all be catastrophic, or it could be all amazing. Who knows what's going to happen from here on out? Oh my goodness.
But that's also why I can't tell you all the details. You're free to walk away as long as you know nothing more.
But if they know more from here on out, they're in it for the long haul. Did you have a cup of coffee or tea this morning? I had a G Fuel. It's probably really bad for me, but I love my G Fuel. Maybe catastrophe amazing? Probably.
I can't risk having them interrogate you.
You make it sound so horrifying.
Possibly.
Dante, Cypher is not going to fail. Just stick with me for a few more days.
And sneak into their HQ with you.
It's not really sneaking. I'm invited.
Yeah, but we aren't.
Don't worry. I have it covered.
We're on some loose ground here. We must tread carefully. Dante sighs.
Is this part of the promise?
The culmination of it. Yeah.
All right, then. I trust you.
The secrecy isn't helping your case, Isaac.
Have you been in danger yet?
Well, there's an agent after us.
That's the thing, though. There isn't.
How?
What do you mean?
Sorry, Delta. I looked through footage of the Wayfarer. I saw you pick up Dante's wallet, but nothing else happened.
No. Wait a minute. I was kind of picking up on what was going on here. I think that Delta, us, the character, we are the agent? Because of how we're being mind controlled? How we want to say one thing and they force us to say another? Maybe they're working through us. Is it no coincidence that we ourselves have not had a vision? That's impossible. They must have altered the footage somehow.
But I think this is a tough time for all of us. My mind has definitely played a few tricks on me, too. So, it's not like you did anything wrong. All right?
The color of the text on our forced speech matched Argus' initial color, too. This is true. But now Argus is listed in red. So I wonder what could happen from here. I nod, but still don't believe it.
So nothing bad has come of our actions at all?
There's something weird going on here.
It would sure seem that way.
Taylor stares at me and I shrug.
I'll go along with this, for now.
I don't plan on going anywhere.
Kinda reckon I'm here to the end.
It would also explain how they mysteriously knew about the apple.
See? Then there's nothing to worry about. Look at you, Dante, saying things were horrifying. Trust me, one day, you'll wish you could come back and relive this.
There is something else interesting, though. Remember the time during the New Year's where we accidentally stumbled into Isaac's workshop and found a bunch of video feeds that were showing nothing, and yet they were showing the current date? Something doesn't add up here. Come back and relive this? That text is in blue, chat.
Oh yeah, the few weeks where I'm terrified for my safety. The nostalgia is really laid on thick here.
Nostalgia.
Can we just have fun for the next few
Oh,
days then?
fuck.
I've got a panel to run, and I've got a lot to prepare.
The things the council were talking about the nostalgia thing or whatever they called it. being able to force or imprint ideas and thoughts and memories on people. Who knows?
Yeah, as long as we stick close to one another. That means we'll be at your panel, so don't disappoint us.
I wonder.
Always with the pressure.
Oh my goodness. I guess Isaac expected his true nature to be a revelation. But you can't really keep anything from your best friends, can you? Sometimes they know you even better than you know yourself. I definitely had a lingering suspicion, but it's nice to see it confirmed. A major piece of the puzzle was just locked into place. And like a puzzle, seeing more of the picture made everything easier. I'm baffled about the footage Isaac mentioned, though. I was locked in fright, staring right at the agent and the Wayfarer. If that was missing, then the footage must have been doctored. So no matter what he says, I still can't guarantee our safety. In fact, now that we know he works for Cypher, our danger makes sense. We weren't an outside case like we thought. Isaac worked for the enemy.
Is it okay if I have some alone time with Delta? I just want to talk to them for a few minutes.
I would greatly appreciate that, actually.
I don't mind.
Everyone nods and looks at one another.
Sure picked a good time to move, hey, Delta?
He smirks as they all start to leave the room. Isaac wanted to talk to me alone? I start to feel a bit worried.
Just don't take all day, all right? I need to prepare for that panel.
You got it, boss.
One by one, they exit the room, leaving us alone. I look at Isaac and gulp. What was going on?
Don't worry, Delta. It's nothing bad. You're just the one I trust the most.
I was interested in going to the Sonic Symphony World Tour, but that €60 price ticket killed the interest, so nope. Considering you're investing in a graphics card, I think? Yeah, €60 is quite a bit. I think that a euro and a dollar is about the same now. Excuse me. Seasonal allergy, don't you know? I'm a bit relieved at his reassurance.
I still feel bad for tricking everyone else.
But did you, though? Tricking?
Look, I've been playing a careful game for a while now. What to say, when to say it, fun stuff like that.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
It was clear that I had to stop holding everything back.
Yeah. He smirks at me.
Still got a few cards close to my chest, though.
Oh, I imagine you got a couple aces in the hole. €1 is approximately $1.09, so... Interesting, the euro used to be stronger than the dollar. Huh. What else could there be? Working for Cypher wasn't enough?
I'm pretty sure I talked to you about this at the party. You know, how you might learn some more stuff.
Indeed.
I guess that time has come. As much as I wish it hadn't. Everything in the town square really changed up my plans.
What are those plans exactly?
Actually, I can't talk about that right now. You'll have to stay on the same page as everybody else.
What did you want to tell me then?
I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Right now, everything I say is extra important.
All right, information of a paramount nature. Got it.
I wish there was a way to tell you without telling you.
I guess this is my time for some questions then. Did you really look at the footage of the Wayfarer?
Yeah. And I saw what I saw. I'm sorry, Delta. I don't know what to tell you.
I shrug. Are you sure the footage couldn't have been edited?
Quite positive. Even Argus has to stay within the lines. It's their tech, but we still have our rights.
Interesting.
I can't imagine they'd edit a minute of footage from some random tavern. The owner doesn't deserve to have their own security tampered with.
I guess that makes sense. I bumped into someone there, right after I saw the agent.
Didn't see that. Again, I'm not sure what to say. I just saw you pick up the wallet and leave.
Doesn't really make sense.
Tell me about it.
I saw them at the party too.
Now that's impossible. I would never let somebody like that into my house.
And see, I'm sorry, Justin, may you please explain the plot and the story of this game? So, Komorebi, the word itself is Japanese. It means light shining through the trees. A glimpse into, visions. Komorebi is a event or something that happens in this world to many people that it gives people visions of their future. However, Delta, which is the character that I'm playing, did not have this vision, and thus people who don't have visions end up having emotional stress or discomfort, so they are assigned a counselor to answer these questions. Now, there's a big corporation involved called Argus, and Argus's responsibility is to basically keep the social order, and everybody that's within that system is monitored, controlled, fed propaganda, all the things that they say are trying to help society, but I truly believe that it's causing problems. And Cypher is a company or organization that works outside of Argus that are trying to penetrate it, because there's colonies of people who are outside of Argus that don't have special amenities. They live in colonies which are, usually run down, worn down, poor, things like that. The character of Chiron, which is played by Sonicgott, by the way, he is one of those zeros, and because of Isaac's higher-ups in the company and his knowledge of technology and his position in Cypher, he was able to put Chiron into that system so that Chiron could start living a more stable life. And now there's situations going on where people want to be treated as equals. Being born outside the system means they can't get in. Anybody who is in the system and leaves cannot return. There's a lot going on in this story that I highly recommend that you guys check out for yourselves. Excuse me. If you guys want to know more about Komorebi, !Komorebi at any time in the channel. I'll do it myself here for you guys. Or Atlas got it too. Click on that link. It is available for purchase on Steam. This is a visual novel that is affected by your choices a little bit. So play however you see fit, but this has been a very interesting experience, and I highly recommend it. It was designed by Clace. Clace is an absolute tremendous being, a close friend of ours, and worked very hard on this game. So go check him out on Twitter as well. What if they snuck in?
How?
Didn't you take the security off the back door?
Yeah?
They could have snuck in that way then.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why crash our party?
Well, you work for Cypher.
I guess? But their eyes should have been elsewhere. From what I can tell, my misdirection worked fine.
Misdirection?
That report on the TV at work, I was certain they fell for it.
What are you talking about?
It was spoofed so it'd appear like it was live. I even used a voice changer and slipped up on purpose. Like a few hints about where it was being broadcast from. It was a trick so Argus thought they knew where our HQ was. Then I could take everybody to the safety of my own home.
Oh boy.
After the party, we planned to stay safe in the con crowd. Delta, I'm sorry, but what you're saying, it doesn't make sense.
It will make sense down the road, because I have a feeling I know what's going on. But this game has twists and turns, which even I didn't expect. So, speculation from here on out until we know for certain. But juicy bits of information are being served to us like little tiny pieces. But each piece we bite down into is just delicious, like filet mignon. So everyone at the party was Cypher?
Yeah. Well, except for you and the main group. I needed a safe place to hide while Argus took the bait. That's the weird part. They didn't. And you say there was an agent in my house? It wouldn't be just one agent. It'd be a swarm, a takedown.
He stops to think clearly, a little annoyed at the situation. I'm just baffled at what he's telling me. He's Hermes? That was him on the TV? He gave Argus the ultimatum that led to the midnight deaths? The more I think about it, the more everything starts to make sense. Isaac seemed to know everyone at the party but never mentioned them before. They only mingled with Isaac, and he was handing off briefcases to them. He didn't just stumble upon Cypher's blueprint then. He made it. And that means Chiron has been a test run all along. We're even more involved than I thought we were. It's all been Isaac. He places his hands on my shoulders and looks me right in the eyes.
You know what I'm trying to tell you, right? I can trust that this isn't going over your head?
It isn't going over my head, but I agree with Brandy. It is a lot to take in. I nod. His need for discretion is understandable. A vocal admission that he's Hermes could go very wrong very fast. Especially if Argus was listening in, like I fear they might be.
Good.
I am going to be as tight-lipped about this as I can.
Remember that pact we made?
That pact is ironclad. He removes his hands from my shoulders and smiles.
Until the end, right?
Why is that text in blue? Oh boy. Yeah. Until the end.
Perfect. Remember, you're safe by my side, and there's only a few more days to go.
Now, you remember, chat, after the revelation, the colors of Cypher and Argus had switched places between blue and red. So the blue text in this case might have a different meaning.
You've made it this far, Delta. It's time to bring things to an end.
The end of one journey is just the beginning of another. Isn't that right, Chad? I guess I really don't have any say in this matter. If I left, he couldn't guarantee my safety. And just like he says, I have been safe at his side. My trust and faith in him continues to be rewarded. This is still a lot to take in, both his hidden identity and the Argus agent. It feels like there's something missing here, one vital piece of the puzzle. The end is never the end, true, Atlas. Or maybe I'm just telling that to myself to make the coping easier. Either way, I request some private time. I needed a few minutes to think.
Sure thing, Delta. I'll just chill with the others in the hallway. I should probably see how they're doing anyway.
He smiles and leaves the room almost immediately. I can hear the chatter commence, but I can't make out any words. It's for the best, though. This was time for me to focus on my own thoughts. For some reason, chat, I kind of felt like this was all falling into place very conveniently. But I also feel like this could go south really fast. Isaac gave me more time to think about it than he's ever given me before. Gotta give him some credit for acting in front of the group, though. Coming clean as a Cypher agent, but withholding the fact that he's Hermes? I start to wonder why I'm the one he trusted with a secret. Is it just because we're dating? Perhaps his feelings are stronger than I thought. Either way, I might be the only person alive who knows his secret. Is that why I'm being watched? Because I'm a person of note to Hermes? It can't be. He only told me moments ago they've been watching for a while. It also means that they knew Hermes was. If they did, they'd probably arrest him. The agent holding that apple is the only part about this that makes sense. I understand why they'd have that knowledge, but only that knowledge. There's no way for them to know about how I read Clace's diary. And not only that, but why would it even matter to them? I hope it's not a game by Q to test you. Is it possible that there's more to the story than I know? No, it couldn't be that. It's almost like this agent possesses foresight. They knew the exact moment that I'd be at the Wayfarer, and the exact second I'd cross paths with them at the party. They seemed to appear and disappear without a trace, too. It couldn't be a figment of my imagination. It had to be something more. This feeling that I feel, it's almost impossible to put into words. I know what it's like to be watched. I subject myself to Argus surveillance whenever I leave the house. We're all used to our privacy being slightly invaded in the name of peace. It's very not, what am I trying to say? It's not moral to be constantly spied on. But this is different. It's deeper. Like my very core is being violated. Like somehow is aware of my thoughts in every aspect of my life. There's been a few moments where I feel like I've lost control as well. Like I'm just watching a movie, going through the motions. Almost like a dream. Fragmented memories of semi-related events. That reminds me of what my counselor told me. Dreams, memories. Then there's the nostalgia technology that he mentioned. I definitely saw about it on the TV during the anniversary report. The ability to revisit past memories. Could that be the key to this? As a society, we've always been obsessed with recording memories. First in diaries and notes, then pictures and eventually videos. This new technology, at least in theory, is a natural progression of that. Could I be using that to revisit my past right now? No, that couldn't be it. I'm well aware of this is my reality and my present. But if we could revisit the memories in the future, could we enter someone else's? That may seem outrageous, but it also makes perfect sense. At least it's a thought that I deem too useful to throw away. The technology may not even exist yet, but I could still make use of it. Every sight and sound around me become an invaluable evidence. The words of my friends and allies, too, could become essential testimony. Like I wrote in my diary, are you reading this right now? Is it us? Are we the agent? Are we just an echo of ourselves, penetrating our own mind, being manipulated? I suppose now it could be more like, can you hear my thoughts? And furthermore, I wish I knew why you were doing this to me. Thoughts of an old science fiction stories cross my mind. People's lives could be bought and sold as an entertainment experience. Each and every second, every choice, determining the value of that experience. If that was the case, and my life is simply being used as entertainment, well, I can only hope that the asking price was worth it. Being lovers with a man who changed the world? That strikes me as a pretty notable life. Of course, there are a bunch of other more scary options. Maybe I'm caught and August is using my memories to find the others. That thought sends shivers down my spine. I'd rather not consider it. Either way, I know that I'm being watched. I need to live my life accordingly. Whether I'm being watched now or from the future, it doesn't matter. I'll continue to put myself in situations that show true colors of this group. My life could end up being a time capsule that absolves all of us, or condemns us. One thing is clear. This is a crucial period for all of us. I can't just relax and enjoy a little fun convention with my friends. Every second that passes is a second that could use in on our favor. Because whoever is watching us right now, wherever or whenever you are, I want you to know that we're good people. We're just a group of friends willing to fight for what they believe in. And when the sun sets, no matter what happens, I want everybody to know that. We can't go down in history as a group of villains that opposed Argus. Their pursuit of this new technology could eventually end up destroying them. There's not a single secret that could be kept once our minds are opened up. And that goes for them just as well as me. I lay back in bed and stare straight up. What an abstract way of thinking. Does Argus actually know what they're creating? Are they using therapy as an excuse to invade our lives even more? It's actually kind of ironic. I remember zoning out during that report in an attempt to ignore it. I thought, if there's one thing that nobody can monitor, it's what I'm thinking. Pretty convenient for you that I chose that moment to gather my thoughts. Instead of grounding myself in this new life, I was actually grounding you. Whoever you are. If you work for Argus, this might not go the way you think. So I only have one thing to say. I hope you're ready to see this through to the end. To have our thoughts manipulated, to have our ideas controlled. Nothing secret, nothing sacred. The idea of anonymity and privacy, impossible. What do we do, chat? What can we do?
Welcome to the final fragment map. This marks the beginning of the end.
Oh my goodness, chat. We're not going to be able to get through this in its entirety, but I'm going to get through as much as I can, because this story is about to get even deeper.
Enjoy the conclusion of your experience, and thank you for choosing Argus.
Oh my goodness, chat. What do I say? What do I do? How do I think about these things? What's going on?
Experience Pivotal Fragment. Final session.
Here we go, chat. What a wild ride. The people we end up hating are usually the ones we love the most. Do you hate me, chat? Everything feels so weird right now. The fact that someone could watch my counselor sessions is so invasive. I'm just glad that we haven't gotten into anything super personal with each other. I have to assume that you don't really care about my life before Toronto. So let's just leave that a secret, all right? A new start should be a new start. I'm not hiding anything bad, it's just stuff that I'd rather stay in my memories. It's kind of an ironic expression now, though, isn't it? Knowing that our memories could be viewed from the future changes everything. Even more so than the system, in my opinion. That's surface level by comparison. We monitor and control our behavior in public, so we don't lose any points. But with this new technology, we could be held accountable for anything. It'd make us self-monitor our actions on a whole new level, far deeper than before. I can think of some positive applications of this, but I doubt that's what Argus wants. Crimes could be a thing of the past, criminals found guilty through their own memories. And there's even the therapy angle. Part of me knows that this is most likely a lie. It's a new generation of invasive Argus tech, plain and simple. Our lives weren't enough anymore. They were coming for our minds. Unless, of course, everything ended in the way that harmed their grasp. I'm probably going to Argus HQ with Isaac for his interview. Anything I see or witness there could be used against Argus in the future. It's weird how I'm using the knowledge of the future to change how I live in the present. Is that what it's like to live with Komorebi? I shake my head and snap back to the situation at hand. This would be my last session, wouldn't it? Then I'd be free. The counselor stares down at my file, flipping the pages. The sight of that folder is ingrained in my memory. Whenever I saw it, it used to fill me with anxiety about what he was writing. But now I know our time together is at an end, and my mind is at peace. It's odd how much stress was gone after I changed the way I was thinking. This new perspective on life almost gave me a new reason to keep pushing forward. Of course, it could all be denial and a justification for my increasing paranoia. But I'd rather not think about that right now.
Well, I guess this is it, huh? It's been a nice few weeks, Delta. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I nod and smile.
Most people struggle when they try adapting to a new life. As romantic as a fresh start can be, the reality is pretty harsh. You've stayed level-headed, though, and made the most of it all.
As level-headed as one can get. He flips through my file, looking over his notes until he reaches the last page. Scribbling a few notes down, he then looks up and stares me in the eye. It's like AC and Firzo? What does that mean? I have no idea.
Honestly, there's not much else to say. The final step is just your consent and your signature.
Another signature?
Just a conclusion of the paper trail that we've started together. Nothing invasive. That is, if you're ready to be cleared.
If? Right. I guess that's the big question. If I'm ready to be cleared. I know that I can't open up to him about everything. It'd incriminate all of us. But if I was honest about how I felt, he'd probably keep me as a patient I mean, feeling like I'm being spied on from the future? Living my life like there's someone else in my head? None of that would land well with him. I know it. It rubs me the wrong way to lessen the importance of my mental health. But I also know that Isaac can change the world, as long as he's not caught. This has to be for the greater good kind of thing, then. I gulp.
Delta,
Yes?
I was asking if you consent to the clearing. Then we can get that form out of the way.
I heard you. I guess by consent, he means to declare that my mental health is good. To be honest, I'm not doing that great. What the fuck? What the fuck? What is going on? Oh my god. To be honest, I'm doing great.
Glad to hear it.
He leans forward and hands me a piece of paper. I give it a brief glance. All it needs is my signature. Chat, there's something else weird going on here. There's something very, very wrong here.
You should be proud of yourself for this, Delta. Getting cleared is a big life event for someone like you.
He sighs like he's thinking of the good old days.
I remember when I was cleared. It was the best day of my life. In fact, it went on to shape me into the man I've become.
Oh yeah. I guess he would have had to see a counselor too. For some reason, that never crossed my mind. Your counselor inspired you to pursue this career?
Yeah, I owe it all to them. They taught me how important this field can be. As my patient, we share a very special bond. The honesty, the trust. It's a beautiful thing. You know, you've helped me out too.
I've helped him out? How exactly?
It's the resolve I sense in you, Delta. In a position like this, you rarely see the best side of people. My sessions with you have been a breath of fresh air. It can be a massive burden bearing other people's problems. Sometimes we care so much for them that we forget about ourselves. You've been a gentle reminder, if I had to put it into words.
A gentle reminder, huh? You know, ever since I arrived, everyone is talking about how I shake things up. Maybe I'm just an inspiring kind of person, or maybe I'm just a fool of myself. Isaac said the same, actually. I shook things up for a lot of people.
Remember when I told you that your time in the spotlight would come? Maybe it already has, and it's just not what you expected. Someone needs to hold the spotlight after all. Maybe it's your job to shine it on others and bring out their full potential.
That's a thought. I don't know why, but hearing those words just fills me with joy. If Isaac does win, then I suppose I could take a little credit for it. Might not end up in any history books, but nobody needs that. Especially when you fit into the handsome sidekick role so well.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Did you see the news, like I mentioned?
You mean the leader of Argus making an appearance?
Yeah, it's quite a big deal, isn't it? But now you know what that phone call was all about. Sorry for cutting another session short, but it had to happen.
All right, Ennis, have a good nap. Thank you for coming. Good to see you again.
I don't even know who the leader of Argus is, so I'll be glued to the TV just like everybody else.
Why would the leader of Argus be so secretive? You think people would know? Like, think of any major corporation in this world. Any company whatsoever. I imagine that most corporations that you guys know about, you're very well of who runs it. Very well aware of who runs it. Heck, the company I work for, I know the owner of the company in person. Why would a secretive person suddenly come out and appear nationwide? That is a great question, Atlas. Interesting that not even he knows anything. For some reason, I saw him as a man full of wisdom. But I guess beneath the surface, he really is just like me. I give him a smile as I sign the papers and hand them over.
Well, this is always the awkward part. You're no longer a patient of mine, Delta. But I have to say, I hate to see you go.
I nod. Kinda sucks that our partnership has to end.
Can you do me just one favor, Delta?
Of course. What is it?
Keep inspiring others, all right? If you uplift the right people, you could end up changing the world.
One man can make a difference. He holds out his hand and I give it a firm shake.
Just remember, there's no greater power than moral support. At least that's what I tell myself before every session.
There is validity to that. He smiles and releases the grip as if that was the perfect thing to say. Lamau. I thank him for everything and leave the office one last time. It is a bittersweet finale, but I'm left with a feeling of hope. He definitely cast a light upon one of my darkest hours. Perhaps I'd make a good counselor one day too. Especially if I keep inspiring those around me. Interesting. I think I'm going to go down the line here, but let's read this journal. And let me save real fast.
View Journal Entry 1.
I'm feeling a lot better now. Things make more sense. AKA, in the clear, Wednesday, January 1st, 2041. I don't really understand what's happening to me. Part of me wanted to tell my counselor that I wasn't doing too well, but a feeling in my head got completely discarded that thought. It was like my instinct told me I couldn't do it, but why? It was the exact same thing I felt before I spied on Clace's diary. And when I tried to tell Dante that I saw the Argus agent at our party, something kicks in and completely removes that option from consideration. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that I could be under watch by someone from the future. Kind of ironic in a twisted way. No matter where you look, there's some invasion of privacy at play. I just wish I wasn't a part of it because of what I did to Clace. It will haunt me for the rest of my days. I know it. I'm happy to be cleared, though, even if it's not under the best circumstances. Those deaths in the town square really shocked the world and put everything on the fast track. Hermes, or Isaac, is going to take action in just 4 days. January 5th is now affectionately known as Hermes Day. But you probably already knew that, didn't you? You probably already know how all this turns out. I wonder if that's why I feel like my choices are limited sometimes. Maybe something bad would happen if I go off script or try to create memories that don't actually exist. Is that why I can't say what I want to say sometimes? Is it because a future already exists where my words and actions have been determined? Maybe fate binds me too, even without Komorebi. That's having many more slave slots now too? Yes, indeed. Fate binds me.
Experience. Heart-to-heart fragment. Isaac 4.
This could be a pivotal moment, chat. There is a lot to learn and a lot more to understand, but I have a feeling that we may not be completely satiated by the end of this game. I ask for some private time with Isaac, and nobody seems to mind. This might be our last chance for a heart-to-heart before Hermes Day. It must be pretty flattering to have a day named after yourself, huh?
Enjoying the con so far? I'm kind of glad we won that bet.
Let's use the money to take a vacation together.
Like, just the two of us? I'm game. But, where should we go?
Somewhere far away. He starts thinking, but then stops almost immediately.
Actually, let's not derail the conversation. I take it you wanted to talk about something specific?
I can't stop thinking about what you told me.
You mean my true role in all this? Trust me, I'm still coming to terms with it myself.
He starts pacing around the room as he speaks.
You know it's all tied to my vision, right? I'm pretty sure Dante made that perfectly clear.
Really?
Can you imagine having a weight like that on your shoulders? Knowing that you need to be the one who changes the world?
I can't imagine that kind of pressure. No.
Exactly. Not many can. In fact, I'd argue that we're not meant to. But I've lived it every day for almost my entire life. And I know that nothing but absolute perfection will ensure my success. I don't think it's possible to recreate a vision one-to-one. I think there's always going to be differences and changes.
Indeed.
But with how much is on the line, I can't afford any of that. For about a decade, I've lived knowing that I have to achieve the impossible.
Not impossible. Inevitable.
And if I don't pull it off, then nothing changes. Argus still has us in their pocket, and the Zeros are still stuck outside. Is it so much to ask for just a little harmony in the world?
No, I think it's quite fair. I can't help but sympathize with him. It must feel nice to open up about all this, though. Part of me feels like I'm the first person he's ever told.
I used to tell myself that a miracle would happen, that one day a switch would flick and everything would make sense. All the missing pieces would fall into place and I'd be able to pull this off.
One action cannot change the world. It's a symphony and orchestra of events that all have to happen.
But that hasn't happened. I've been winging it this entire time.
Such is the lesson of life, huh?
So it's taught me one valuable lesson.
Indeed.
There's no such thing as a miracle. Just hope. And how we choose to wield it.
Indeed. The last sentence sticks with me. How we choose to wield hope. Right now, my hope is that these memories could come to our aid. That no matter what happens, this period of my life will be a time capsule. And one day, when it needs to be opened, people can see what really happened. I flipped the conversation around and vocalized these thoughts to Isaac. I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but honestly, so does the fact that he's Hermes. Isaac, I've been thinking about something.
Oh? Is everything okay?
It's about that agent. I know I saw them.
I don't know, Delta. We could go over the footage together if you wanted.
It wouldn't work. They're watching from afar.
But you said they were right in front of you.
Far away, as in watching from the future.
How is that possible?
I think it has to do with the new nostalgia
The
technology.
ability to relive the past.
I think, in the future, they're investigating our lives. And I might be feeling some sort of weird after effect. Isaac sighs, signaling disbelief and even a hint of annoyance. I expect his next words to chastise me and to tell me to get back to reality.
I believe you.
You believe me?
It makes sense.
How? It barely makes sense to me.
Well, maybe it doesn't make sense, per se. It's just a logical deduction, given everything that's happened. Don't you remember what I said? I've been seeing things in the corner of my eye, too.
Really?
And I know all about the nostalgia tech as well. It's been mentioned in a lot of internal emails. What does it change, though? It's not like they can do anything to us from there.
Maybe not. But we can do something to them.
In what way?
We live our lives knowing that they'll view our memories. We can leave behind any message we want, any memories we want.
Wow. Fancy a game of 4D chess, huh?
He starts to think. I'm left in an awkward silence for several moments.
The very flow of time would be our battlefield.
This is getting bonkers complex. Now he's getting it.
What should we do then?
Make sure they know that we're good people.
How would that help us? Good people can still do bad things.
Yeah, my brain is hurting. I'm beginning to understand exactly what's going on here. As complex as it seems, the answer to our plight is surprisingly simple, Chad. Let's see if you pick up on it.
In fact, there's nothing more harmful than good intentions. We should send them a real message. Something substantial. Let me think about this, alright? Remember, we're going right into their HQ. If my sights could become evidence, I need to rethink my plan.
Now, I'm going to pause just for a moment here and say that the idea of a company or corporation or something that has the ability to imprint on what you do, to see into your mind, the fact that nothing you do could ever be secret to anyone, that you're living your life under a microscope 24/7, that even your dreams could be as clear to see as a window through a door, that would bother me tremendously, knowing that I could never hide, that I could never be alone, could never be private. Free will sometimes has to deal with being able to keep a secret. Some of our thoughts don't belong to others. Some of the things that we think about, chat, belong only to ourselves. And no one should be able to intrude on that, ever. I'm shocked by how quickly he's accepting my theory. It's almost too convenient. So I ask him, hoping I don't come off as paranoid.
Like I said, it makes perfect sense. I live my life constantly experiencing memories of the future. Say whatever you want, but that's literally impossible. The idea that we'll be able to revisit past memories? That's nothing compared to the reality I face. Besides, it was only a matter of time anyway. Photos, audio recordings, video recordings. This just feels like the next step, doesn't it?
Almost feels like we're living a Mobius strip of memories.
Of course, it'll just be tainted by the hands of Argus. There's no way their motivations are selfless. But selfish motivations can only be fought with selfless hands. So I say we turn this around and put them in their place.
Could this be part of some grand scheme? I nod. It's basically what I had planned. Of course, I really just wanted him to open up to me. People in the future deserve to know who he really was. Because if they didn't, then Argus would fill in the gaps. And something told me that wouldn't see him as the hero as I do.
Oh, more about me? Sorry, I guess I got caught up in the bigger picture. But that makes perfect sense to me. You focus on capturing the group and I'll do the rest. I know I can use this future technology against them in the present.
He sits on the edge of the bed and softly pats the soft spot beside him. I join him and look at each other with a smile.
Of course, that can wait. For the record, though, I want to open up to you. If someone else is watching, that doesn't change anything.
I nod. Otherwise, this would be an interrogation. I can't force them to tell me their story. I can only ask them to open up willingly. Thankfully, this group is bound by trust. A trust that now reveals all our true natures.
Let's see. Well, what did I tell you last time?
Your dad was an Argus legend.
Right.
And you were the master at tinkering with technology.
Good to know you were paying attention.
I am so broke I can't afford to pay attention. My reality check bounced! Bling. He smirks. Was that some sort of test?
I guess I can pick up the story from that part. You already know most of my secrets anyway.
I know more secrets than you think I do. Rubbing the back of his head, he blushes softly.
But first and foremost, I have to thank you. I was scared you'd run away when I told you the truth. My role in Cypher hasn't made me the most forthcoming. It'd be so easy to call me a liar and go off on your way. In fact, I can tell that Dante and Taylor were considering it. You learn a thing or two about reading people in retail.
Tell me all about it, dude. He nudges me playfully. It's true, he did tell me quite a few lies. But I can understand the need to keep his secret. He had an exceptional burden weighing down his every move. It must have felt good for him to finally let out these secrets.
So, yeah. Thanks. You basically know everything, but I can try to fill in the gaps.
He tugs at the collar of his leather jacket.
When I was growing up, I always liked messing with Argus tech. I guess I wanted to mimic my dad since I could tell he was successful. Even though I was a kid, I actually helped him with his work. That's probably when he started to realize the potential I had. I remember fiddling with our security system. You know, kind of like I do in our house.
Yeah.
My dad started to be concerned with his safety. I don't know why, but he kept testing the security system. In his paranoia, I guess he needed to know if it still worked.
Indeed.
But that test alarm terrified me, especially as a kid. So, like you might have guessed, I found a way to mute it.
He laughs, like he's surprised at how talented he was.
Obviously, I got scolded. It was there to keep us safe, after all. But as kids, I don't think we fully understand danger and paranoia. So then, he got a new security system. It was more advanced and more attached to the system. Theoretically, it wouldn't be possible for me to mute this one. But I'm not the type to back down from a challenge. Sure enough, I cracked this one too. He was furious. Well, furious with a side of shock and awe, of course.
Sometimes finding someone who's talented enough to override certain security protocols, like being a white hat hacker, helps make things stronger. And true, that was an impressive feat for a child to pull off.
That's where I stopped the story last time, right?
Somewhere around there.
Well, he upgraded the security again. This time, it was unreleased experimental tech. It worked and passed all of his tests just fine. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I left it alone.
Fair.
But that's where things get really weird. One night, someone broke into our home. And sure enough, the alarm didn't go off. My dad told me to run and hide under his bed. I don't know who broke in, but they started fighting. There's one thing I'll never forget, though. The look on my dad's face when he told me to run away. He obviously knew that the security system was muted. And in that moment, I could tell he blamed it on me. I couldn't defend myself either. All I could do was hide. So, yeah. His final thoughts of me will always be ones of anger. But I was innocent. It was his trust in the tech that hurt him.
So his dad was killed? I didn't expect to hear that.
I'm pretty sure I deserve it. I disobeyed him every chance I got, after all. And the one time I start listening to him, you know how cruel irony can be.
The cruelest.
If I ignored his orders, I would have opened up the tech. Then I could have fixed what was wrong with it. Defiance could have saved his life.
You can't hold on to that thought.
That's a lesson I've carried with me ever since. In fact, I'm using that defiance to save the Zeros. I can't just sit back and do nothing. Not like last time.
He's using his past to justify his current actions. But it's not just his current actions. Everything makes more sense. I suddenly see him in a completely different light. He sells and installs Argus tech so he can make sure it's done correctly. Survivor's guilt. Yeah, very true. Otherwise, someone else might lose a loved one to a faulty device or glitch. He follows in his father's footsteps because he feels responsible for what happened. I suppose if you rob someone of their legacy, you have to make it your own. All of that stuff is so tragic. But then there's his vision. Devoting his life to a corporation that he knew he'd end up defying? Besmirching the name of himself and the legacy of his father? No. That only happened if we lose. I know Isaac is doing the right thing here.
Well, there you have it. Argus Tech is all I ever really knew. After my dad died, I went to live with his brother. But even then, I preferred working with technology. I didn't really make friends or bond with my uncle. He was mad that I kept this leather jacket. Said I needed to let go instead of carrying the past with me. But I know he was just projecting. It was a reminder of his brother. But it's hard for me to let go of this thing, Delta. It gave me safety during one of the worst moments in my life. When I was under that bed, it was all I had to wrap around myself.
It was more than just a security blanket. It's the past that haunts you.
It kept me hidden. I laid under that bed for almost 24 hours. I waited until the police arrived, like I was taught. Those flashing blue and yellow lights lit up the bedroom. That's when I knew it was safe to come out. Of course, I came out to some bad news.
I'm noticing the colors of the text. The word yellow is actually in yellow, but that is in amber. It gives me a nervous smile.
I hope that's good enough.
That's enough information, yes. I placed my hand on top of his, re-intertwining our fingers. It was a lot to take in, but it made me understand him so much more. And if he was going to be a man with a legacy, he'd want this to be part of it.
You know, that was pretty cathartic. Gotta commend you for the idea, Delta.
Well, my first moments as a counselor, I guess. Words with emphasis have been highlighted in amber throughout this game. Very true.
And if people ever listen in on this, well, I'm happy with the way I worded things.
I understand.
It's important for the world to know what makes me tick, right? Every detail we hold back will be a detail lost to time. And I'd never want to lose what we have.
He places his hand on my cheek and looks into my eyes.
All this talk about what shapes me and makes me tick. It'd be remiss of me not to give you the spotlight.
The spotlight, the thing the counselor was telling us about? He smiles and laughs, but it has a mischievous tone.
Our love transcends time. Isn't that cool? A real romance for the ages.
Aww.
Who knows how many people might experience this? That nostalgia tech could turn all of our lives into a stage.
I hope not.
So let's work toward a standing ovation.
Aww. We both lean forward on our lips locked together. I can feel all of his passion, but also all of his pain. His grip of my hand tightens, and I feel him tremble. A few moments later, the kiss is broken. He looks at me with glistening eyes and a wide smile.
Remember, great things.
Yes. Sometimes love is a fickle thing, you know? Oh, crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy to think about.
Experience supplemental fragment. Endgame?
What do I even say to that? There's nothing I can input on that. Just a waterfall of emotions. Well, we got the playful music.
Hey, Dante.
Yeah?
What's gonna happen next?
What do you mean?
Like, after Argus is taken down, I imagine things will be pretty chaotic.
Good question.
Sometimes a little chaos is a good thing. And if anybody has seen the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, I honestly say the Joker was right about one thing. Chaos is fair.
It's not about taking Argus down, actually. It's more about ending their monopoly.
Did someone say chaos?
I listened to a podcast about this the other day. A few social theorists were talking about the future.
Oh, I got this meme stuck in my head. I'm not going to say it.
Wait. You listen to podcasts?
I'm cultured.
Sounds like you were just bored.
Bored, cultured, what's the difference?
Oh, extremely. But their theories were all solid.
What theories?
Oh, do explain.
Well, right now, Argus's monopoly is pretty unethical. They shouldn't have sole ownership of the system.
Monopolies are unethical to begin with. Have you guys ever played the game of Monopoly? If you played the game of Monopoly by the rules, by the book, it is boring as shit. Seriously, whoever gets the property first is the winner. Boom. End of game.
Especially when it's tied to their financial gain. They could easily manipulate things to their own end.
I guess that's true.
Imagine if you were in full control of the site you streamed on. You'd probably use it to give yourself an edge over the competition.
Not gonna confirm or deny that.
Well, imagine it worked and you took out the competition. Soon enough, you'd be at the top. Alone, but still at the top.
Being at the top of something where there's nothing beneath you, is that really the top of anything? Hasbro is the sole owner of the Monopoly brand, therefore having a monopoly over Monopoly. Atlas, that is intelligent and it breaks my brain. Fun fact, Monopoly was invented by a woman who wanted to show how bad Monopoly can actually be. That I knew.
You mean I'd be the only option?
But it is a curious piece of trivia.
Yeah.
That'd suck. Competition is a big part of the game. It rewards creativity, risks, and even cooperation.
Taylor's got an excellent point.
My peers push me to work harder as a creator. In a way, we bring out the full potential of each other.
You know, a little competition is healthy.
Exactly. Why should the system be any different? Who says Argus should be our only option?
Also agreed.
You mean...
Yeah, I've shown that we don't need Argus. I was able to get Chiron into the system just fine. If more people start to do this, and I don't see the government crushing competitors to satisfy Argus, they'd probably step in to regulate the system and make it work for everybody.
Everybody deserves fair treatment.
Instead of just for Argus.
Yeah. Then there'd be new companies, price wars, and even innovation. Argus would need a really good reason to keep you with them. Right now, they don't, since you can't go anywhere else.
This is why I hate internet service providers. Let's just throw that in as an example. You ever notice how two competing cable companies don't exist in the same location? Like here, it's just Xfinity, and the only other option that I have is DSL through CenturyLink. And Xfinity is the fastest of the two. So going to any other service would just be downgrading my speed. And I would want fiber because fiber is way faster and more reliable, but they don't service this area. Why? I don't know. Something keeps blocking it. But if I move to a different location, then Comcast is like, we don't service that area, so you might want to check out our competitor Charter. Why aren't you two competing in the same areas? It's a lot of manipulation. We call that an oligopoly. It's kind of stupid.
I see what you're getting at. Companies would surface and start to rival Argus. Everyone would have to stay on their feet and adapt.
In theory, of course. This was just a roundtable debate.
We have hybrid. Our government owns the whole fiber network backbone, and all the companies have to trade the services in that network with equal access. Is that a good thing?
Is a social
Maybe.
theorist even a real thing? I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I would, Brandy. Definitely. Because my internet bill keeps going up.
I think so.
As long as we're talking about social theories, what do you think life would be like without Komorebi?
I think it would be better, honestly.
Probably not much different, to be honest. If you wanted a monopoly, I imagine you'd stop at nothing to achieve it. So, even if the path is a little shaken up, the end result would still be the same.
8 gig connections here? Holy
sense to
shit,
me.
I need that.
Regardless of the circumstances, people always seek power. We just need to make sure we give it to the right people.
Wolfgang Cerberus! Cerberus, hello! How you guys doing? Welcome on in. Can we get a shout out for Wolfgang? Actually, Atlas already got it. Hello guys, my name is Justin. I'm a variety entertainment streamer. I'm a longtime furry, former convention director, small-time voice actor, and we are playing Komorebi today. How was your stream, dude? You're playing some VR chat. Oh, heck yeah. I haven't done that in a while. We're going to be doing VR chat on August 24th. All day, by the way. Komorebi was designed by Clace. If you guys want to come check it out, this is a visual storytelling novel. And we're kind of late into the game. We're at the final segment of the game, and it's super cool. Wolfie raid, heck yeah! Thank you for the raid, dude! How's it going? Now, if you guys have been watching somebody stream for a while and you're tired and you want to get something to eat or sleep or do whatever, go ahead, give me a follow. I stream pretty consistently now, although my streams are random. If you guys want to know more... Hey, Coffee the Foxo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Lion's Den. And thank you for the raid again, Wolfgang. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. We're streaming Komorebi today. Today's the 15th. No stream tomorrow for me, however, but we'll be doing it again on the 17th at noon Central Time. That's Minnesota, -6 GMT. And then we'll have 2 more streams Friday and Saturday at 10 in the morning. And we'll be finishing up Komorebi. And this game, by the way, designed by Clace, has been nothing but super heckin' epic. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Thank you so much. Please enjoy yourselves. Get something to eat, something to drink. Rest, relax, and enjoy the story vibes.
Hopefully this plays out the way you expect, Isaac.
That's the part that worries me, actually. We won't know if the alternative is better until it's already too late. All we can really do is hope for the best and act with good intentions.
That's actually quite cheap, Brandy. My internet service provider is $130 a month.
2 good intentions, then?
But I need the bandwidth for streaming.
Yeah. To good intentions.
Yes.
Nothing bad ever came from those.
All right, chat. Who's your favorite character in this game, and why is it Taylor? No, seriously, they're all wonderful characters, and the voice actors do such an amazing job. Alrighty, alrighty. Let's go for the next pivotal fragment up on top. And we're doing this whole thing. We're not skipping anything.
Experience pivotal fragment. Line con.
Ah! You ever gone to a furry convention, or just a convention in general, and you sit in line for hours waiting to get in? It's totally true. As a former convention director, I am aware of this. Be yourself. Your time in the spotlight will come eventually. Does internet speed matter if you use Ethernet? Yes, it does. I need the upload bandwidth, not so much the download, though. We all stand in line waiting for it to move. It's definitely frozen in place. I wonder what the hold up is. Wow, I'm reading things out of order. What the heck?
Great. The con is gonna be over by the time we register.
That's not gonna happen, Taylor. Oh my god. Mine's about $60 US. I have 1 gig fiber and 500 meg up. Nice. What ISPs over here are cheap, with a gigabit only costing about 50 pounds a month? Oh my goodness. That's super cheap. That's like almost a third of what I pay.
You don't get a special pass? Aren't you hosting a big panel?
Yeah, but I don't think they care. Besides, that'd be way too easy to take advantage of.
All right. Guys, if you give me like 30 seconds here, I'll be right back. I gotta go answer the call of nature. I sincerely apologize. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I am back. There we go. And the favorite characters, Chiron Flair, has a few fans because of that voice. Yes. I love Jonah's voice. It's just so deep and wonderful to listen to. I mimic his voice out of love. I love Jonah's voice. He does such a great job. Sharonio, hello. Good to see you. Aram goodness. Let's continue on with the story, hey?
How so?
No idea. Just a hunch.
Only members of the press get special badges, but I think the media has bigger concerns right now.
Don't you get in free if you volunteer?
Yes and no, Clace. They accept volunteers, but you need a standard badge. However, you get a little bit more access as a volunteer. But people who volunteer enough for one con can usually get into the other con for free.
No, but if you help out enough, you get a free pass for next year. That way people don't abuse the system for free entry.
Yeah, I just... Clace already knew that.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a freebie. That's the most important life advice I could ever give.
Oh, thank you for the kiss, Coffee. Thank you. And for the head pats, too. I appreciate it.
You kind of hand out your attitude free of charge.
I love Tate, too. I'm blessed with a free FWA entry for next year. Oh, heck yeah! Man, I want to go to FWA next year. I really do.
Actually, most people end up paying for it when they see it on stream.
True.
I still can't believe that.
I've been watching Taylor for a long time. And you know what? It's been worth every penny. I think Dante is just jealous. He probably wishes he could do what you do.
Indeed.
I am definitely going to entertain this and turn it into a fight.
Oh?
It's not true.
Ha!
I kind of feel betrayed, you know? I've bought all of your books, sometimes twice.
Obsessed much?
Wait, twice?
Yeah, one physical, one digital. I've bought all of Clace's albums, too.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, the nice thing about books, chat, physical books, is even if the lights are out, they still work.
I like to support my friends, not insult them.
That is definitely incorrect.
I believe you do support your friends, both monetarily and insulting them.
Besides, I support all of you too.
Gifts of your own novels don't count.
Yes, they do!
It's the thought that counts.
Oh, come on.
He has a point, Dante. Taylor doesn't hand out free subscriptions to his channel. And Clace hasn't given us copies of his albums either.
I just enjoy sharing my work with the people I care about.
Conveniently during birthdays and milestones, it seems.
You know, considering the fact that Dante has given us a copy of his book, is more of the gesture of friendship, more than just the book itself. It's like, hey, I created this. Check this out. I mean, think of it this way. A book is no different than a piece of artwork that someone made. Like a painting or a drawing or an illustration of some kind. If someone gave you a copy of their illustration, hey, look at this beautiful art that I made. I would like you to have it. That's no different than somebody giving you a novel they wrote. It's still artwork. It's still a gesture of friendship. Brandy, I hate you right now. I want that upload speed. Holy shit.
Hold on. Delta's always the voice of reason.
How should we respond to this chat? He gave me a copy of his book on New Year's Eve, or you're being too hard on him, he's just proud of his work. How should we respond to this? I'm going to let chat decide. How should we respond to this? Either we can play a little music here. He gave me a copy of his book on New Year's Eve. Or let's be sad about this. You're being too hard on him. He's just proud of his work. Make a poll. All right, make it like a 30-second poll. Well, we got number one. See, I like the second one more. Chat, please. Help me make this decision, man. I have no idea how to answer this. I really don't. I don't. All right, what do? We got 1 minute. Option 1 or option 2? Option 1, he gave me a copy of his book on New Year's Eve. Or option 2, you're being too hard on him. He's just proud of his work. Vote now, chat. Vote now. Let's see. We're going to have like 40 seconds here. And during this period of time in which you guys are choosing to say stuff, I have some information. Eric is coming up here in September. We're going to be doing the Ice Bucket Challenge and eating bugs as part of the Papa Barks charity event. And August 24th, we're going to be doing an all-day VR chat session for you guys as a way to celebrate Papa Barks raising over $2,000 for charity to fight ALS. It was heckin' awesome. Oh, we got option 2 at 67%. No stream tomorrow. Because tomorrow is the 16th and I work mid-shift then, but on the 17th we're going to be streaming again at around noon Central. And Friday and Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time. We have about 20 seconds left on the poll. We got a lot of votes. Guys, get your votes in. Let me know what we should choose here. Honestly, I like Dante as a character. Jesse did such an awesome job. And he... Oh, where'd my avatar go? Ah! What happened? My avatar went poof! Ah! Did my app crash? Oh no, let me fix this. Let me fix this. No! Oh, my app crashed! No! Oh no. Oh no, chat! My avatar is gone! What happened? Oh my god. That's not good. That's not good. Let me see what happens when I try to get out of camera and then back into camera. Like, give me just a second here. Let's see what happens. I don't know what happened to my avatar. I'm sorry. Ah! If I quit and relaunch the program, it'll hijack the camera. No, my avatar's fucked. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's see. Oh no. No! There we go. There we go. I'm back. Okay, sweet. Yes. There. Sorry about that, chat. Okay, option 2. You're being too hard on him. He's just proud of his work.
A little too proud, if you ask me.
Hello, Yuki. Hello, Evil Jumpy. By the way, congratulations on winning a copy of Tears of the Kingdom. I am really proud of you. And this is why I don't use Windows 11. It has nothing to do with Windows 11! My God. Jeez. It's just my camera. It overheats sometimes.
Thanks for trying, Delta.
I tried.
If it's that troublesome, I'll just stop.
I mean, oh my goodness. I follow only cute furs. Excuse me. Excuse me. Who are you calling cute? I'm not cute. I'm not cute. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Lion's Den. Thanks for coming in. I hope you enjoy your day. I'm so excited. My son is getting me his old Switch so we can play together if he comes over. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Oh no, I'm being captured in the Pokeball. Ah! I need to get out of this ball. Ah! That Pokeball's a little stuffy, just saying. Jeez.
I think they're just bugging you.
I can't get a read on you, man. You go from calling me a genius to jealous.
Jealous of what?
You can be more than one thing, Dante.
Oh, yeah.
Well, right now, I'm just annoyed. Can we make this line go by any faster?
Oh, just bury your head in your phone like everybody else does.
Not unless we're a member of the press, apparently.
I can see cosplayers walking to the front of the line.
Wait, cosplayers?
How is that fair?
Well, it makes sense that they'd get priority. It'd be easy to overheat or get uncomfortable in those things.
Yeah,
What's
true.
stopping people from taking advantage of that? Just putting on a costume and getting priority?
Clace, you want to try?
That wouldn't be taking advantage of anything.
I'm just being miserable, Isaac.
Yeah, as you all are. Oh my God, Taylor. Jeez. So excited. Ah.
Hey, maybe I can skip the line then.
Would that be taking advantage of something?
How?
Remember that wager we had? I can say I'm cosplaying and see if they believe me.
Oh, here it comes. Raw British talent in all of them. Yes.
There's no way they'll believe that.
Why'd you side with me then? If they don't, you'll be losing $500.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Instant regret.
Like biting down into a fresh piece of durian.
We get to save a grand and watch Dante lose? This is shaping up to be the best weekend ever.
Wow.
Do you think you can pull it off, Clace?
I'd love to see you try.
I can try, yeah. At the very least, it'll help pass the time.
Fair enough.
Gonna die of old age before this line is over, I swear.
What?
For you? That's not too far away.
Oh my god, you people.
Dude, I'm 23.
Taylor, you're a babby. I'm old enough to be your dad. Taylor makes a sound that signals his annoyance and turns away.
You're all good if I step away for a minute or two?
All right.
Go for it. They'll still see you from here.
Just try your hardest, all right? I don't want to lose $500.
Bah.
Hey, you agreed to the bet.
He smirks and walks away. As he makes his way to the head of the line, he passes a large crowd. It's so odd. I see no grief or pain or any of their faces. It seems like a lot of people just want to have fun and forget about everything. I guess that's fair. The situation outside wasn't exactly the brightest. But it's that do-nothing mentality that caused everything to begin with. Even we are playing, partying, and pre-gaming while the Zeros starved. At least we opened our eyes, along with a big portion of the world. That town square was now full of allies. Too many Argus to take down. It seemed like their best course of action might just be a full surrender. What else was the leader expected to do, anyway? They were appearing for the first time with their approval in an all-time low. Anything other than subservience and an apology would be laughable at best. They need to be held accountable for this. Maybe I'm just saying that because I fear for our safety, though. Despite what Isaac says, Cypher's defeat is still a very real possibility. I gotta stop provoking my anxiety like this. I keep watching the crowd and I'm stuck by a moment of Sonder. Every person in here has a life just as complex as mine. Dreams, fears, loved ones, and even enemies. Normally when this happens, I just admire the realization. But this time I feel jealous. For the first time, I wish I was someone else. But someone out there who might not have Argus hot on their trail. Does such a person even exist, though? When I start to think about it, Argus has almost everybody in their grasp. The possibility of taking down such a foe seems almost impossible to me. At the very least, I'm envious of their ignorance. And I say it's bliss, and I'm actually starting to believe that. The more the world opens up to me, the less welcome I feel.
Hey.
Clace? We all turn to look at Clace, who finally returned.
Yeah, me and Dante owe you $1,000.
Oh, shit!
What?
Sweet victory!
Wait, what?
What did you think was gonna happen, Dante?
Oh,
It's
man.
so obvious that it's him, though.
Oh, my goodness.
You only say that because you know it is. We're at a convention. Costumes are a dime a dozen.
Oh, my God.
Fine. Fine.
That's $1,000 down the
I
hole.
accept defeat. But I'm going to be a sore loser about it. So there.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be a sore winner too.
Come to think of it, $1,000 can buy a lot of snacks.
It's on then?
Oh, it's on.
All right, time to raid the grocery store and get ourselves a pile of snacks. Anyway, we have another journal here.
View which journal entry.
Let's do number 2. AKA, I'm an idiot! Thursday, January 2nd, 2042. There we go. I wrote 2042 this time. But I guess it's a pretty honest mistake. Have you ever done that before? Sometimes the head kind of lags behind or something. It's odd how wherever you look, there's always seems to be a clash between the present and the future. It makes time seem a lot more confusing than just point A to point B. Or if you suffer from Komorebi, then point B to point A. I'm even letting a potential future change the way I act in the present. but I think I'm doing everything properly. Hopefully. The first couple of weeks I was here, I kept seeing strange symbols everywhere in the back of my mind. Were those your doing? Was I seeing some sort of remnant or leak from the new nostalgia technology? I could see those diamonds everywhere, but when I closed my eyes, it was really messing with my head. But those seemed to have dissipated. In fact, a lot of my negative emotions have straight up disappeared since I came up with this new theory. Almost like I was right, and we're more in sync than ever before. I'm curious, though. Did you think you were me at first? Did you live life like you were in my shoes? Were you always aware that this was a fabrication? Chat? Is nostalgia technology the very game that we're playing? Oh my god, I'm having an existential crisis. Anyway, I think that was just the ones they got for New Year's, so mostly gone away. Guys, the diamonds, the user interface, everything you see here, we're playing nostalgia technology. That's what this is. I think it's what it is. It's so fourth wall breaking. What is going on? All right, let's talk to Dante a little bit.
Experience. Heart-to-heart fragment. Dante 4.
Everything's a blur. What is going on with this game? This goes deep. How bad would it be for just ate the fruit for a whole month? I don't want to. Durian is forever banned from my home. Up next, Oregon Trail. Oh god, no. Looks like it was time for me to chat with Dante. Out of all the others, he was probably the closest to Isaac. Considering their fragments that had memories often relived via the fragments we deem most important, yeah, that holds up quite a bit. Oh. Because of that, the current events, we're probably hitting them the hardest. But with a strong bond comes strong trust. Against better judgment, it seems like he'd do anything for Isaac. Even follow him into the heart of Argus HQ in the name of a better future.
What a great con, huh?
The sarcasm in his voice is immense.
I wish we could be out there helping the Zeros, but I guess we're doing it in our own way. It's the waiting that kills me, though. There's so many people just standing around.
Yeah, indeed.
At least the Zeros are being fed. Too little, too late, some would say.
There's no denying it. What happened was truly awful. There was no reason for those Zeros to die. Not a single one. I could see the guilt in the faces of people helping out in the town square. If only I stepped in sooner is probably what they were thinking. If I help now, I'll feel less guilty about it, is the aura I feel in the air. It's almost like they care more about their conscience than their own lives, than those lives. But at the end of the day, help is still help, right? Does it even matter what's going on in their heads? Or am I just projecting what I feel onto the unsuspecting masses?
Better late than never, others would say. At least now there will only be 2 casualties.
2 too many, if you ask me.
How do you feel about all this, Delta? I can tell it's affecting you more than you let on.
It was. But I feel calm now that you're by my side.
Wow, really? Good to know I have that effect. Personally, I won't be able to relax until Sunday is over. But with everything going on, I hope you don't blame me. In this situation, I don't think anything could calm me down.
Oh, fruit in general? Yeah. I mean the scene where they were hungover after the nightclub, Isaac's scene change? Yeah. He could try using a bit of denial like everybody else.
Nah, I feel like facing my feelings head on. Or at the very least, letting them out in my writing. Speaking of the writing, by the way, it's going well. I lost a bit of time, but I think everything will be good. After this blows over, I'll be full of inspiration. Especially with how weird things have been lately. I mean, that whole being watched from the future thing? Ugh.
Yes, indeed. He knows?
You gotta admit, it's pretty outlandish. But so is the idea of Komorebi, and here we are.
Indeed. He shrugs.
Time is just a bunch of nonsense anyway, isn't it? The only thing that matters is the moment.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why we call it the present.
At the end of the day, that's all we can really call our own. At least in theory.
You know, all this time, and I didn't really hydrate, and... I have a small swig of water left. Okay, Master Oogway. I see what's going on, Chad. He scoffs.
Other people being able to see my memories. You gotta be kidding me. That's so embarrassing.
Monkey.
After Sunday, I might never do anything again. Just sit at home and avoid creating any regrets.
Oh my goodness. I think that's what August is aiming for.
Full social control, huh?
Social control? Controlling the masses, monopolies, systems that can peer into our minds, affect our futures. It's the perfect system of greed and avarice.
I never figured they'd end up being that evil, but I saw those bodies. I saw their true nature. Also, I might as well get this out of the way. Sorry, Delta, but I don't believe you.
Oh. I kind of figured I could convince all my friends. I'll leave it to Dante to be the odd one out.
I don't think we're being watched right now. But at the same time, they did announce this technology, so maybe I'll meet you halfway at the more believable part.
And what's the more believable part?
That one day we'll be able to revisit these memories. Remember what Taylor said way back when we were pre-gaming? Create some memories that we can revisit whenever we want. I don't know about you, but that's been my motto lately.
Kind of ironic for a thing for Taylor to say, given the circumstances.
I'd especially like to revisit my life before the midnight deaths. You know, the good old days.
Right. Oh no, Fang!
As worried as I was, at least nothing bad happened to me. So that's kind of the logic I'm using right now. You're worrying for nothing. Seems to be a pretty comforting thought. Gotta give you and Isaac some credit, though. You have some pretty active imaginations.
Sometimes to be creative, you need to have an active imagination.
Coming from a writer, that's a compliment, by the way. I mean, sending memories to the future for subterfuge? Engaging in the highest possible levels of corporate espionage?
Pardon the pun, Dante, but I read you like a book. Hey, plush trap.
You're giving me a bunch of ideas for my next book. But I think that's all it is. A bunch of fiction spawned from fear. Or maybe not fear, maybe resolve is the right word. You want to give our mission on Sunday more importance. A greater cause is always easier to commit to, after all.
Indeed.
First it was the agent, now it's this.
I did see an agent, Dante.
But the footage said otherwise.
I saw them at the party, too.
Now that's impossible. Isaac was pretty vigilant.
I think they snuck in the back door after Isaac silenced it.
Maybe we should just focus on the stuff we can confirm. And yes, this is me totally projecting my fright. I don't know how I'd handle all the extra stress you seem to be embracing, but I'm sure everything will be fine after all of this blows over. So, let's figure it out then, right?
I have theories, but at the moment they are only theories and they don't hold any weight at the moment. But things will come to fruition very soon, Chad.
We can talk about it on our date, actually. I imagine that's going to have to wait until after Sunday.
That blush.
I'd suggest that we go to dinner now, but if our friends tag along out of necessity, it's not really a date.
Fair. Part of me is a little upset, but I can't exactly blame Dante. Guess I just got lucky with convincing my other friends. Or maybe it had to do with the lives they lived. An idol, a streamer, a master of tech. They all fueled their belief through experiences they've had. I didn't just ask them to believe me, though. They almost convinced themselves. I'm tempted to try and convince him, but I decide to drop it for now. As long as we have him by our side on Sunday, that's all that really matters. I wonder if he'd change his mind if he knew that Isaac was Hermes.
By the way, speaking of extra stress, I kind of have a plan. When we're in Argus HQ, I might sneak off on my own.
Is that a good idea, Dante?
Hopefully not too far, or ideally not at all. But if I can find a computer with high-level access there, I need to look up my family. Right now, I have no clue where to start. They don't live in my childhood home anymore. I looked into it, and the people who live there now won't respond to my emails. At an Argus computer, though, I can literally just search their names.
That seems like a very dangerous and almost a fool's errand.
Then, after everything is over, I can reconnect with my family. If everyone else gets a new start, I think I want one too. So just be prepared, okay? I've already run it by Isaac.
And he's okay with this?
Yeah, of course. But it's our secret for now, okay? We're the only people that know.
We're behind locked doors. He nudges me in the shoulder playfully.
Kind of like this little future observation thing, huh? If it turns out to be true, I'll make sure to eat my words. And I'll let you watch so you can relive it over and over.
Oh dear. We both laugh, embracing the absurdity of what he's saying. Perhaps belief wasn't as important as the willingness to follow. The same could be said about the city folk in the town square, too. They were helping. It was the action that mattered, not the reason. Whether to be clear, a guilty conscience, or any number of things in between, we all wanted the same thing, to show Argus that their reign was over. Whatever came next was in the hands of the people. Pushing any thoughts aside, that was more than enough to unite us all. Chat. This story, this beautiful, beautiful story, we are unraveling this piece by piece, and it gets more and more interesting as we progress, and we will progress in 2 days. Day after tomorrow, at about noon Central Time, we'll continue on with this wonderful, wonderful game. Komorebi. Guys, please, check it out on Steam. It is on Steam, chat. We are going to send you off to another heckin' tremendous, precious bean. Let's do this. Thank you for all the love and support today. Thank you for all the bits. Thank you for everything. You know what we're going to do, chat? We're going to surprise Casey Mangelo. He's streaming right now. Let's go raid him. And boy, Casey's been streaming for a long time. As always, chat, no matter who you are or where you come from, you are valid and you are loved. And I will see you again in 2 days. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. We're going to have some more fun in the future. And August 24th, VR Chat Marathon. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.